Although less common than the average incident, sophisticated attacks are harder to detect, potentially more costly, and much longer lived, often leading to 200 plus days of dwell time. These types of attacks can be extremely damaging and difficult to remediate. Attackers also are much more effective at covering their tracks. In this demo, we'll show you how we can use the combination of Tanium threat response and Chronicle to alert, hunt, investigate, and remediate a long-lived attack through 1 year of historical telemetry. We start in Tanium Threat Response. Threat Response is our EDR capability. Just like other Tanium products, Threat Response leverages the underlying Tanium architecture and configurable local data storage, along with the ability to alert on patterns that indicate malicious activity or indicators of compromise we call signals. We were just notified that a new command and control domain was identified. Within Tanium Threat Response, we can pretty quickly do a search across the entire environment for this indicator. We can also now create a signal to alert on any further hits on this domain. In order to produce our signal, we'll use the signal terms network DNS query contains, and then use either the full domain or just part of it. Now that we've saved our intel, we can begin a quick scan, which will go back through the recorder databases on all of the endpoints and look for our indicator. Now that our quick scan is completed, we can see some new alerts appear on our threat intel. We want to begin our investigation by pivoting to a forensic timeline on the endpoint where the signal alerted. We'll select the endpoint and then select Action Establish Live Connection, and start our live connection. The alert brought us right to the process that we were suspicious about. We can see it's running out of app data roaming, which is pretty suspicious, has a parent process of SVC host and a child process of con host, which could indicate some sort of shell was involved. If we click on the DNS events, we can see all of the DNS events that caused this alert to fire, and it looks like they're beaconing out approximately every 6 hours. Now that we've determined this is not a false positive, let's scroll down and determine exactly when and how this file got put on disk. We'll scroll down to the grid view and then select the File tab. From there, we can filter based on path, contains, and then just enter the name of our file. In this case, we can see the recorder data has aged out. Tanium Threat Response is optimized to cache forensics on the endpoint in order to facilitate an in-depth investigation, with the usual retention period between 20 to 30 days. This is where Chronicle comes in. Chronicle provides a cost-effective security analytics platform built on Google infrastructure. With Chronicle, you can typically store 1 year of historical endpoint telemetry. Let's navigate to our Chronicle instance. Here you will notice there are 1.2 petabytes of data and over a quadrillion log lines. This is the scale of data attackers hide in, and is the scale that Chronicle operates in. Chronicle as a solution was designed specifically to handle the depth and richness of data that Tanium provides. To begin, let's do a more generic search. If you search for something like google.com, Chronicle will scour through 1.2 petabytes of data for you instantly and return results in Google search speed, complete with timelines of when employees visited Google, when traffic drops on weekends, dating all the way back to 2018. This isn't just DNS data from Tanium, although that is part of it. It also includes data from other sources such as proxies, firewalls, and even email clicks that provide useful context. Here we can view some useful metadata about the domain. We can get who is information up at the top, virus total insights down at the bottom, as well as an intel match from one of the open source intel feeds. Because Chronicle can run indicators in milliseconds, it can also match against threat feeds, even retroactively. It doesn't matter if you learned about the domain today, as long as Tanium, your DNS, or web proxy saw that event a year ago, this will get highlighted. Indicators that become open source are rarely reused in the future, but it will be able to highlight very advanced attacks, even if they slipped out of your usual retention windows. On the left, we can see the host that had the signal match. We can see it first accessed this domain June 25th, and if we click on it, it will take us to a timeline of when that activity happened. Note the IP address and MAC address at this point in time. Chronicle builds a fourth dimension to security events, a time dimension. We try to reconstruct a timeline even with minimal information. For instance, we can use your underlying DHCP logs to infer point-in-time IP to host mappings, and give you not just the Tanium events that happened on the host, but also the DNS and proxy events, logons, or other relevant information. Prevalence is the idea to continuously compute a powerful analytic. How rare is an event in your universe? In this particular timeline, the domain is very rare and bubbles up rapidly. So while an attacker can and will hide from most common tools and detections, they cannot hide from prevalence, and that is the power of applying massive compute. If we filter down the prevalence, the attack very naturally appears on our timeline. Let's dive into the raw logs that generated this event in the timeline. Here we can see the telemetry coming in from Tanium Stream, as well as the data coming in from Zscaler. Nothing in here indicates anything about Acrobat. However, Chronicle is able to use the PID as well as an event happening earlier in the timeline to seamlessly stitch together this event and present it to the analyst. By now, the story becomes clear. Our user logged in, opened Outlook, downloaded a PDF that through an exploit was able to gain code execution through Acrobat, and even persistence through a scheduled tasks that the Chronicle rules engine detected. Our domain then started beaconing, and when highlighted actually shows another asset that was impacted. Being able to pivot on an indicator is an important part of scoping an attack. Chronicle will do that for the last 365 days and give answers immediately about what else was impacted. We can now look into our other device. Anthony Dow, who seems to have much more intermittent communication with our C2 and is very likely a backup device. Let's check out the initial access. Another thing to note are insights by Chronicle, which provides important information and metadata about the devices or domains. In this case, we can see some Tanium patch risk metadata, and if we click on it, we can see that the patch for the CVE was never installed. So now we know exactly what we need to do to remediate this in the future. Now that we were able to discover the root cause of the infection and accurately scope this attack, we can begin our recovery. At this point, we should leverage Tanium to create a scheduled action to quarantine any machines beaconing to the C2 domain, as well as create a patch policy to remediate the CVE in Acrobat.